In the last little forest, untamed and left wild, there lives a small person, but he's not a child. A leader of men, a leader of more. He's listening now, Gabe, he's ready for war. A powerful druid, but he cannot fly. He's in love with death, but he cannot die. His name it is Gary, and this is his story. His name it is Gary, revel in his glory. It's Gary, but no more he can. It's Gary, fuck yeah, Muad'Dib.
You know what's so funny about this song? Gary doesn't give a shit. The real Gary, who this Gary is named after and in honor of, doesn't give a shit. He couldn't care less.
Fuck yeah, Muad'Dib. His name it is Gary, and this is his story. His name it is Gary, revel in his glory. It's Gary, but no more he can. It's Gary, fuck yeah, Muad'Dib. It's Gary, like no more he can. It's Gary, fuck yeah, Muad'Dib.
Coming up next on BBC Two, it's the Brad Woto stream, but first, it's time for What Picture Has Bradley Drawn Onto a Piece of Paper?
Yes, that's right. It's time. Time, once again, for Muad'Dib to guess what has been drawn today. Let's see. Needed to buy myself some time. Felix, my boy. Good to see you, my friend. Thank you for the resub. What do you think I drew on a piece of paper? Was it Wolverine? General Beatrix? A cat, boy, girl? Sonichu? Winking Captain Barbosa? A small, cute desert mouse. Depression. Sting. Scorpion. Let's see if you can guess. Hi everybody, welcome to the stream. Today we're going to have fun with Gary. The gnome, oh he can. I don't know the lyrics to that song. I wrote them. We're going to play some D&D. We're going to see what Gary's up to as he crosses the great desert towards the Hutchton Matriarchy. Quite a few people have noticed the similarities between this storyline and the Cura storyline once again, highlighting how unoriginal I am, because this was entirely randomized. And that's provable, because we did it on stream. So even though I've spent months and years writing these stories, simply randomizing it did nothing. Oh, hang on. That's my fault. I'll change it. Oh, the title didn't change. That's annoying. I did change that. What's going on? I got it, Gabe. The title didn't change. I think it's because sometimes when you go live, the OBS goes, it sets the title as well. Maybe, I think what happened actually is that I had it open before. Oh, so annoying. Alright. You think I drew Wolverine? It was in fact Mew that I drew. Yeah, it was a Pokemon. Didn't have a lot of time to draw a Pokemon today, I'm afraid. Okay, now what's going on with my music? My music, my life, my heart, my soul, my music, my everything. I give my all.
My baby walk like 6 strings, talks like she's my everything, my baby.
Hold on a second, because this is going to be really annoying when we try and play D&D and I don't have functioning music. What is going on here? Is there a pressure issue, by the way? Who knows about barometric pressure? Gabe? Keeper? There's got to be one of you in here. Someone with neurodivergence. Can you explain to me? Let me look up. Because I feel fucking weird today, and I don't know if it's the sickness, and I don't know if it's the pills, I don't know if it's my allergy thing that's going on, but I've got this fucking weird feeling in my ears and I feel lightheaded and dizzy. And I think it's barometric pressure, because this has happened to me before where I was like, what is going on? And then a thunderstorm hit and the barometric pressure changed and I felt better immediately. What do you think? My music doesn't work. Okay, you can hear this music, right? I have that with headaches. Yeah, I think it affects my headaches as well. Super annoying, right? Because it's like a thing that you can't... I've got an app on my phone that tells me the barometric pressure, but I don't actually know whether it's high or low pressure. It only ever goes between 1014 and 1016. But today it keeps going up and down, and I'm wondering if that's fucking with me. I can usually tell because if anyone else has this issue with headaches, you'll get a headache or a headache will go away when it starts raining, right? Because it's two different fronts. So I feel like that's like a thing. Like sometimes I'm like, oh, I feel so shitty today. I feel so shit. Oh, my head hurts. Oh, I didn't sleep very well. And then like a thunderstorm will hit and I'm like, I'm alive. I like come to life. It like fixes me immediately. It's like it's like a fucking magical. I am the Storm Lord. Low pressure can cause tissue expansion and pain. If you can't place why, it's usually the weather, yeah. Yeah, I find that with the pressure super annoying. the most annoying thing ever. Now, why does my music not work? My music, my life, my heart, my soul, my music, my everything. I give my all, my wife, my daughter, my love, my dream, my mother, my father, my brother, my team, my camp, my squad, my house, my car, my boat, my shoes, my pants, my shirt, my Coke, my sugar, my cream, my butter, my toast, my all, my queen, my folks.
My baby, walk like six strings, talks like she's my everything. My baby loves me, hates me, leaves me something, something sexy lady.
Dude, that song makes me laugh so much because me, Liam, and Andrew used to sing it all the time in school because we watched the movie The Transporter and it plays in that film, and we would then, as soon as it came on in that, we watched that film every single day for about 6 years, and every time that song came on, we would sing it. It reminds me so much of a happy period in my life when I was a boy. She thick, she bad, she clean, she's fine. She loves, she hate, she laughs, she cries. My favorite bit of that song is when he just keeps rhyming, I love it. I don't know it, hold on. My music. Oh yeah, it's spelled with a Z. My music, spelled with a Z, by Nocturnal. The lyrics. My music. Music. That's what it's called. Somewhere in here, right? There it is, look. I'm tipsy, I'm through, I'm drunk, I'm blunted. My way, my day, my life, I love it. I move, I groove, I shake, I love it. My friends, my kids, I like, I love it. I show, I prove, I live, I learn, I show, I teach, I run these streets. My kin, my heart, my heat, my rhythm, my rap, my beat, my life, my head, my feet. I don't know how he says that bit. He just keeps rhyming, I love it with I love it. I only know the first verse. Okay, let's see if this plays now. Hold on. There's something going wrong. I wanted like a Celtic, Scottish sounding song in honor of the theme of Gary. Quite nice actually, isn't it? Sooner, you've outdone yourself. It's storming right now, but I also had surgery on Friday, so you can't blame the weather. I mean, it might not be helping, but yeah, I think it's probably the surgery that makes you feel weird today. Hi, Pinden. Reminds me of the times my sister had a broken arm every time when rain was coming. She could tell because it started to itch and hurt. Yeah, I get that with my left knee. I can tell. The pressure behind your nose increases. Yeah, that's where it hits me too. Like up here, it's your sinus. You can imagine Gary, the real Gary, wearing a kilt with bagpipes. Barometric pressures. Yeah, I wonder. But does anyone know if the barometric pressure is going up and down today? London barometric pressure forecast. The pressure in London is expected to fall slowly over the next 72 hours. It will reach a low of 1007 mbar on Tuesday. Apparently it's pretty normal. Oh, that's pretty low actually. Well, anybody in London prepare to feel weird on Tuesday? Oh, not of all days, Tuesday. The other one was better, wasn't it? This one's like a combat thing. Not Tuesday. Well, I'm on these pills that are good for migraines at the moment, so I think I'm immune to headaches. Watch Cura be cancelled Tuesday because I'm fucking dying of migraines. I've also got another fucking doctor appointment. The stress of it, the amount of stress I'm going to feel on Tuesday is going to be unbelievable. Honestly, this week is just pure stress for me because I've got a lot of stuff to do. And I'm still feeling very unwell. They've suddenly gone like up pace. I liked this one. You know, this is what we need. Some Celtic sounding shit. Celtic shit, please.
I have a problem. When I make villains, my group doesn't take them seriously. They don't really want to know more about them or figure out their master plans. They just want to punch them
How
and
pro
move
DMs
on,
make
which is seemingly
villains.
a pretty normal problem. And for some DMs and some tables, that's kind of what they want, right? But for others like me, they may want to create memorable, compelling villains that explore something, a theme, a mood, a complex topic. Luckily for me, the world's most famous DMs are here to help, starting with Matt Mercer, who has some great tips on how he creates villains, the first of which is that not all villains think they're villains. Matt strongly believes in fleshing out why your big bad is doing what they're doing. And even better, your villain may
Matt's been
think that they're
copying
the
me.
hero. Maybe they see the player's characters as the villains of their story. This is good. Okay. So I'm going to take all the advice that I gleaned from these DMs and try and create my ultimate villain that I'll use in my next campaign.
And then
I'll
we'll
have the
put it
final
in our
description
campaign
and
today.
stat block up on my Patreon for free once
Can
I'm
we
finished.
make a villain?
So this villain
Is there a
thinks that
villain
they
maker
are a
table?
hero.
Indie villain.
Meaning they're trying to do something that they
generator
think will make the world a better
table.
place. A great starting point. Next, Matt suggests choosing an archetype. And Matt gives a list of example
is.
villains from the 3.5 book of Vile Darkness on like how to start with a framework, and I could not for the life of me find a copy of this book. Well, not for a reasonable price anyway. But I did find some information about this online. Pretty much that book gives a list of villain archetypes, which honestly getting into these is like a whole other video. But some of the standouts for me are the boorish thug archetype, which is someone crude, not too bright, and normally just takes what they want using force. Another is the tyrant, who is a villain who often uses minions rather than get their own hands dirty. They see themselves as better than everyone else, and their main goal is to control everything and just expand their reach. Another is the monster, which is someone who just seeks to destroy. They usually live in filth and they just crave killing. But for me, the one I'm going to go for this villain is the misguided fool archetype. It fits in perfectly with my hero post-it note. This villain is doing something objectively evil for something they believe in strongly, such as a religion, or to protect something bigger than themselves.
I feel like
The
Gary
ends
needs a
justify the
villain, doesn't
means
he?
kind of
We
thing. But they
had
are misguided, maybe even lied to. I do like the idea of them maybe being a
villains.
cleric, that their god has pretty much told them that if
We
they
need a real
don't
villain.
find a way to destroy an entire city,
A
a
cleric
bigger
villain
evil,
is pretty
the
cool
darkness
idea.
is going to come from that city and fundamentally destroy the world. So it means that not only the villain might not want to destroy this city, but they feel like they have to, but it also opens up the opportunity
God, if a
that the
meteor
god
like that
is
hit this
lying
planet, I
to
hope
them
it
for some
fucking
reason.
hits.
or it's not
Exactly
like
where
God
my
at all
house
telling
is.
them to do this, or they just misinterpreted the whole message, or simply that it's true and the city does need to be destroyed to stop this darkness from coming out, or like that's the easiest option, and that opens some moral questions and maybe something the players have to deal with down the line as well.
You
And
want
I
the
should
pseudo
say
dragon to
in
be the villain?
comments of
We'll
this
see.
forum
We'll do
that
a
I'm getting
random
this list
table in a
from,
minute.
People don't seem to like the Book of Vile Darkness very much, but still, I think we can learn from it. Also, you know what's great for villains? Music, sound effects, ambient sound, and descriptions. And you can get all that from the sponsor of this video, Describe. And Opus is their brand new web
I'm not
app,
watching
which
a
can be used to
sponsor right now.
prep a description
What do you
for
think I am?
of future. I also want to develop a backstory, a lot of lore, tons of connections, and lots of future encounters, since they will be a recurring villain. Matt also suggests not getting too attached to your villains, since your PCs can and probably will kill them very fast, and that's okay. And that to me tells me not to plan too far in advance, and not to build out the villain any more than you really need to at any given point. In an interview, Abria Iyengar asked both Matt and Brennan why they make their villains so hot. And this is something that I find DMs try and do quite often. At least for me, I try and make my villains cool. Like I go out of my way to make my players, or try to make my players be like, well, that's a cool villain. But Matt says that he never tries to add those aspects to his villain. He doesn't try to make them hot or cool. He just tries to make his villains villains. And when they come across as cool or hot, those are his players and his audience putting those aspects onto those characters. I mean, then Abria does call him out because he did make Lucian, one of his villains, legitimately hot. But Matt's excuse for that was that that villain was originally a player character to some degree, where the player made that person hot, so he couldn't change that. But I guess the point here is, don't try and affect how your players visualize the character, like subjectively in their head. Like you can describe the physical features, what they're wearing, how they act, but you can't be like, this guy's cool, or this guy is good looking. Because that's subjective, that's up to the players to kind of decide. You can be like, they have a symmetrical face and a certain swagger to them, but I fundamentally need to come up with a physical description for my villain. And I don't want to try and predetermine how my players are going to think about them, outside of the fact that they are a villain. And I'm not looking to reinvent the wheel here. My villain's a cleric, so the first thing I think of is like white and gold armor, or white and gold colours, and like patchy gold bits of armor, you know, like a shoulder pad here, chest plate. They've got blonde hair and a staff with a holy symbol at the top. I mean, I might as well steal from popular culture here and just say Homelander from The Boys, but a cleric. Abria also has a whammy chart for her villains, specifically in combat. Now, I've talked about Abria's flowchart method before, but this
she has this like crazy flowchart thing. I saw something about this.
is a very specific thing she does
Like
with her.
she sort of plans everything out with a flowchart, combat and stuff. Which sounds like extra work, but is apparently not.
Villains, which on the side of her stat block or whatever piece of paper she's using to note all this stuff down, she'll have a list of her biggest hitting moves. Like if everything goes well and the villain's in a position to do whatever they want in this combat, what would they do first? What's their priority? And it's simply so that when combat is going, and as a DM you're looking at everything the players are doing, you're looking up rules, you're making sure everything runs smoothly, and then you're looking down at a stat block which is just a wall of text. You just want to be able to look at these notes on the side and be like, oh, I see. Top of the round, I'm gonna go move into their back lines and hit them with this spell. Or if a couple of my minions are down, then I use this summon spell to bring more out. It will speed up your round immeasurably, just to have almost a cheat sheet of like, okay, my go, I'm going to do one of these 3 spells. It's just so you can see everything at a quick glance, and it's something that I've started doing, and it's so helpful. For example, one of mine might say, first round, go for the healers. Second round, try and hit as many people as possible in this area of effect spell. Third round, just do as much damage as possible to the closest person to you in that moment. It's kind of like pre-programming an NPC to attack a certain way each round, if certain things fall into place. If things aren't going the way you're intending, or anything else that's not on the list, you can just improvise in a moment, but you can fall back on this list if you feel like you need to. But I guess a whammy chart just isn't that useful for a villain unless I've got an actual stat block already. Which, let's face it, we can just steal and reskin an already existing one. For example, I'm just going to grab a cleric-esque monster from the monster manual, let's say the Drow Priestess of Lolth, and then reskin them. Change a few spells to make them more cleric-y, change the language, and then just lower the HP and damage of everything if it's a lower party fight, and up everything the higher level they are. I know the base stats for this Lolth Drow Priestess are CR8, meaning it's good for approximately a level 8 party, so I can kind of play with it from there. Of course, you as a DM know your own player's party better than anyone else. You know how much damage they can throw out and how much damage they can kind of take, so just plan accordingly. Then the whammy sheet, this is simple for me. It's just a reminder that my villain's a cleric and knows how big a threat healers are in the party. So my whammy sheet's just going to say that on the villain's first turn, they will summon one of these divine constructs, which is pretty much just a reskinned demon, but a bit more appealing to look at. And then
so
on
tempting
the turns
to do.
after that, they're going to go for the healer's guiding bolt, or straight up multi-attack the closest player with melee hits, whichever just makes the most sense in that moment. And the constructs that this villain creates is going to be the same kind of demon, the Lolth
so
Priestess.
scared today. I'm
that we
way
reskinned
too nice for the
create
DM, I
just for
think.
ease. And that is a
I've been watching
Yochlol,
Crit Role
only
as
I'm
well.
going to describe
Matt
it as
is
more
very
angelic and mechanical, but it's still going to just bite people.
by
You know
the
what?
book,
Let's
isn't
call
he?
it a Lolyok. I'll get all that on Patreon too. Everything else in the stat block that sounds too demony, I'll just change the language to make it more divine, and the mechanical stuff is just my choice. I kind of like the idea that there is a little bit of weird ancient technology involved with the heavens and the gods and clerics in general. Brennan Lee Mulligan likes to tie his villains to a bigger theme. In Critical Role Calamity, without spoiling too much, people thought the big bad was going to be this incredible evil, wanting to end the world wizard. But in fact, the villain's biggest crime was pride and overconfidence and greed. The villain simply bit off way more than they could chew because of ambitiousness. And that's a theme that Brennan put into this
is how I
entire
do stuff, I
setting.
think.
Every single person in this actual play, all the NPCs, all the players were overconfident and full of pride. And the idea that the actual villain wasn't like the main culprit of all the bad stuff happening, it was actually the ideology of the time, is really interesting. Brennan doesn't just make his villain a villain, he makes his villain a product of his environment, and this can lead to not just a more thought out and well-grounded villain, but also someone that your players can kind of understand and even sympathize with. And I want to do this with my cleric villain. There's already some good underlying themes here. They're loyal to a god who they trust and are willing to do this awful thing for, destroying a city. So you'd presume to some degree our villain has had to at least at some point doubt what their god is telling them to do. Or at least wrestling with the facts that even though they need to do this, they don't want to do this. Same thing with the fact that if our villain thinks that if they don't destroy a city, the world's gonna end, or darkness will be released that's gonna destroy the whole world. So it's kind of exploring this idea that the ends justify the means. And these are themes we can put through the entire campaign. Do the ends justify the means? We can put many encounters that our players come across, both social and combat and through exploration, within this city, where they have to make decisions in the short term that feel wrong or bad, but in the long term are the right thing to do. Sacrificing someone or doing something bad right now so that more people can live in the future, or more people can have better lives in the future. And maybe it's the same with the entire city itself. Maybe all its citizens are kind of doing stuff in the short term for quick gain, where for them the means justify the end. But we can just look at that whole thing throughout the campaign. Maybe that's what leads to this darkness that's going to come from the city. I think this cleric villain really suits exploring those themes and ideas. And for his name, I've looked around the room and I've found a brand called Oticon, and I think I just like that as a name. Then I looked up the word for heal in Latin, which is Sana, and I'm just going to go with that. Sana Oticon. Looks like Homelander, but a cleric, under order from their mostly trustworthy god to destroy a city to prevent the darkness that's going to...
I can't imagine his villain. Homelander is a cleric. But what I can do is see what this song sounds like. And then add to the wheel for today a category called Villain. Create villain. right? And we do this thing where we create a big bad evil guy. If it lands on create villain, and just try and spread them evenly throughout the wheel. Put it on like a weight of 5 for today only. For today only, there is a chance to create a villain. Yeah, I spent yesterday creating a villain for Oracle's Rest, since we've got a live show coming up next Saturday. What? What did you say? There's a live show that we can watch? That's right. Where can we watch it? Well, don't let me explain it to you. Let me explain it to you instead. God damn it. God damn it. Why didn't it work? God damn it. Here's a campaign that we've been playing off-stream for many years in secret. There are between 10 and 20 players in this campaign at any given time, many of which are famed streamers on Twitch that you know and love. And we're going to play 3 sessions of this campaign live on Table Story. To catch you up, here's some of the stories so far. You don't actually need to know anything, this show is going to be very dumb. Ever Earth. A vast world made up of 7 kingdoms. I won't bore you with every little detail, you've seen a D&D show before. Orcs, sea monsters, swords, shields, magic, you name it. If you've heard of it, and maybe if you've imagined it, you'll find it here somewhere. The characters in this campaign were brought together as members of a huge, unaffiliated guild that exists all over Ever-Earth, known as the Jax Guild. Members of the guild are multi-skilled agents who are hired to take on a variety of jobs, from combat-based epic adventures, investigations of all sorts, and even helping old grandpas sweep their porches. The group we are following are already established Jax Guild members who have completed a variety of quests, earning renown, gold, and treasures along the way. They have laughed, cheered, and cried. They have won, lost, and died so far on their journey. The party met in Stone Town at the centre of the Kingdom of Vale. After taking on all manner of quests from the guildmaster here, Esmeralda, a hero from Tales past, the party have fought and saved the town from the dead king, they've uncovered a sinister dragon cult, they've travelled underground to face off against ancient drow houses, returned the long-lost memories of legendary hero Beowulf, survived the Feywilds, conquered a subterranean kobold tower, and even helped old Millicent deliver her letter. So join us for a sneak peek into our secret campaign that we call Oracle's Rest. That's next Saturday at 3 PM Eastern, which is about 8 PM UK time. If you want to watch that on Table Story, twitch.tv/Table Story. However, if you want to play D&D here, you can do right now. Right now. What's happening? Why is my computer breaking today? Right now. Right. Right. Right now. What is happening? What is going on? Right now. God damn it. God damn it. Why doesn't anything work today? What's happening to my computer today? Right now. Live dub. Rexunda, a tiny world. It would take a person only a matter of weeks to travel from one side to the other. Once a lush, verdant planet, Rexunda's rain had stopped falling. What had stopped it, and how? Was this something to do with the warring empires? Was it a new, unknown threat? Or perhaps it was the new Magitech and steam power technology from the Hutchton Matriarchy or the Ko Suzerainty? Long ago, the world was created as an experiment by the gods. They were trying to discover the most powerful species they could make. Just a fun game for them became our world as we know it. In the finals of the Kraven trials, humans faced off against gnomes. The humans won. In the final test, the gods pitted the humans against the dragons. The dragons tore the world apart, leaving magic unstable, destroying any semblance of society. Now, after 1,000 years, humans have rebuilt two great kingdoms, constantly at war, and between them, the Last Forest. The only place of green in our dying world. And inside that forest, the last gnome. My name is Gary, and this is my story. Is that what he says? His name it is Gary, and this is his story. His name it is Gary, revel in his glory. It's Gary, the no Mohican. Alright, I don't know what's going on with my computer today, but obviously something's up. Here we are, once again, as we continue Gary's journey. This is an interactive D&D game that you can take part in today. Spinning wheels and rolling dice. Helly Bobs understands what's going on. For every 10 subs, we spin the wheel, and a random effect will happen. Currently on the board today, there are all sorts of different things like advantage on your next roll, 25 XP, teleport somewhere random. But there are also today 3 things that say immediately stop everything and create a villain for Gary, as we put a villain into the campaign. Almost there already for it. Barely begun. Haven't even wrapped up what happened last week previously on Lost. Shadow, thank you for the 2 gift subs. Q Margie and Digital Dan. He's done it. He's digital done it. Fuck it, let's spin the wheel then. Gary just arrived at an area. Let's see. Next roll is going to be a natural 20. Don't forget it, because I will. Bear, thank you for the 5 gift subs. Last week, I was barely conscious for it last week. Gary and Seg left the Jinn's crypt and came to a golden totem, a giant fucking fuck off great golden totem in the desert, which was good God, I can't control this. Here on the map, they traveled for 30 miles to get to this golden totem. The golden totem provided a little gift for Gary of some gold and dust and things before they moved on again. Gary came to find a ship known as the HMS Message in a Bottle. There were a bunch of skeletons and undead moving around on the ship. As they got closer, the people on the ship, it turns out the undead on the ship were friendly. They weren't actually there to sort of attack and kill. The captain, Captain Barbosa, invited Gary and Seg onto the ship. During the night, they were attacked by a scorpion, but Gary, being a druid, simply had a conversation with the scorpion, and the scorpion joined Gary. You now have a pet scorpion that you named Sting. After figuring out how to break the curse on the ship and on the undead members of the ship, you returned Captain Barbosa and his crew, breaking their curse of undeath to a sort of life. And the ship took off, flying through the air, traveling 65 miles vaguely west, which is the direction you're trying to get to, since Gary is currently traveling west in an attempt to get to the Hutchton Matriarchy, which is 250 miles away. However, the ship collided with a mountain, killing every man, woman and child on board except for Gary, Seg and Sting. The ship falling apart, crashing into this mountain, Gary and Seg flung away from this ship, landing in the sand somewhere else. Come to you. This is pretty much where we're picking up the session, as Gary and Seg land. In this desert, rolling and tumbling over in the sands. I've just spin the wheel before we crack on. Let's see. The next roll will be in natural 20, remember. Insta Rage, Nyanar, Ray, Bear of Flame, thank you very much. You gain some resistance for this session. That's not bad. D&D resistances. I think for the wheel spins, for these kinds of things, you'll gain them for the session, right? D&D resistances. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, that's not it. Where are all of the different resistances you can get? Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We're going to roll a d13. 11. Oh, that's a nice one. You get resistance to bludgeoning damage today. So I think what happens is, do we have a piece of desert music? What does this sound like? Perfect. Absolutely fucking perfect. Set the scene for you, my friends. Gary and Seg, after this ship explodes, are flung from it, tumbling through the air. Gary landing with perfect accuracy, because I think you rolled really high on a dex save last week to land. I think I can't scroll up because you roll in the chat. Gary does like a cool superhero landing. Seg landing in the sand next to him, tumbling over. Gary takes a moment to look about, see where he is, figure out which direction they landed. The ship exploded somewhere nearby, killing everyone on board, but no sign of it. Nothing but sand dunes and a setting sun in the distance. The wind, a light wind, kicking up some of the sand around Gary as Seg stands up and dusts himself up. Gary looks down and recognizes that his hand had perfectly landed on top of something. The ground and the sand around his hand kind of lights up with magic. The rune of resistance underneath Gary's hand lights and provides him with resistance to bludgeoning damage. The magic moving up and across Gary's skin, providing a layer of thickness to his skin, toughening the edges of his gnomish skin. You see nothing but sand dunes in every direction. Nothing but this rune which dissipates the sort of unstable and bizarre magic of this world, fading while Gary looks about him. And so I guess I ask for the first time today. What does Gary do? Options from the chat room, please. Let's see, what would you like Gary to do? Forage. Try to hitch another sandworm ride. Drink blue milk. Sting is fine. Sting crawls around Gary's neck, moving up and down his body. I think I described that last week, so that's why I'm giving you that one. Create a memorial for the airship crew. Seg is fine. Seg's standing up and patting himself down. Call an Uber. Go west. Alright, we'll go with those 6. We'll go with those 6. Damn it, why doesn't that end? That's a shame, that's a good song. The way some of these, songs just doesn't end kills me. If they're good, I have to go in and edit them. The sun is setting. Let's see where Gary is. I think he's at full health and stuff. Full health, full spells. Yeah, you appear to be completely fine. What should we have Gary do? Create a memorial for the airship crew. Okay. Let's see here. What does Gary have to make a memorial out of? TomTom, my friend, thank you for the 35-monther. You have like Shape Earth or anything like that? Nope. Any good items? No. Nothing. There's nothing here but sand to make this memorial out of. You don't know where the ship crashed. You were flung from the ship. Gary has no idea where this ship is. There's nothing here apart from what you have on your back. So, how does Gary make a memorial? I guess is the question. A sandcastle? Okay. Draw in the sand. Iron pots. A little torch stuck in the sand. Alright. Is it yours? Is yours? Man, I wish that these Suno songs. I got that cool desert theme song because I quite liked that one. Let's see if it created an ending for it. Kind of. Yeah, boy. The desert theme. Dude, I love generating the music. It takes a bit longer, obviously, and like, you don't really get the experience of like full, just like, bam, Brad has provided the perfect music for the scene like you might get on Table Story, but my god, it's fun to, because I really have no idea what's coming up. Let's see. Alright, Sandcastle is the plan here. I'm guessing a ship is what we want to make. What would that be? What check is that? Survival? To make a sandcastle? Dexterity? What check? It would probably be like a tool proficiency or something, wouldn't it? But there isn't. D&D, what check to build something? A mason's tools check. Yeah, but without any other, without proficiencies. Intelligence to do the math. Strength to lift the hammer. Sleight of hand to put the small parts in place. I guess with sand it would probably be a dexterity thing, so we'll do a dexterity check of some sort. I mean, it doesn't matter, they're the same, so this is a dexterity check. Now, this is going to be a natural 20, but let's see what you would roll, just for the fun of rolling the dice. Exclamation point, roll d20 in the chat. If you want to roll a dice to see what you would have got, we can take the first answer today because no one's rolled anything yet. You happy you're blowing your natural 20 on this? Remember, if you want to spin the wheel today, there is the option to immediately stop everything and create a villain for the story. I have 3 ideas in mind for the villain, which is another wheel spin. that I've got ready to go right here that I'm looking at. If we hit it. The winning roll was an 18, so it's pretty good, but you get a natural 20 on this. I think regardless, Gary starts putting those 6 arms to work. The sun is setting and he starts gathering bits of sand. Seg says to him, "What are you doing, Gary? We gotta get going, or we gotta find somewhere to sleep or something." And Gary says, "Everyone on that ship died, trying to get us to the Hutchton Matriarchy, trying to get me to where I need to go to save this blighted world. I'm gonna build them a memorial, a sand castle, a sand ship." And his 6 arms start gathering sand, pouring iron brew over the sand to wet parts of it. He starts creating one of those masterpieces. You know, people that make those amazing sand castles. You know, those like amazing, like fucking beyond brilliant sand castles that people make. And you're just like, what the fuck? How the fuck have you made? What the fuck is this? He starts doing it. Piecing together a memorial for the HMS Message in a Bottle. And at the very end of it, this beautiful thing is created. It's a natural 20, so it looks incredible when he's done. He pieces this thing together out of iron brew and sand. At the end of it, he looks at what he's created. Seg walks over and says, "Okay, now, didn't know you could do that." Gary says, "Neither did I. To be honest, I've never really seen sand before. Always lived in a forest. It just came to me a spark of inspiration in memoriam of that ship, wherever it is, that exploded into the side of that mountain, killing everyone on board instantly, getting us where we need to go." A memorial is created. So I think I'll change this thing to Sandcastle Memorial. X marks the spot for that one. A few quiet words are spoken in memoriam of Captain Barbossa. And Gary takes one last look at his sandcastle. The night... This thing is probably lit up only by torchlight at the moment. And the desert night comes in, a chill to the land, a freezing evening in the desert descends. A beautiful memorial. What does Gary do now? The option is always go west. A milestone for the pilgrims of Gary. A monument made out of iron brew and sand that will definitely not just blow away within a few days. Ooh, use a flame potion to turn the sandcastle into glass. Cast Moonbeam to turn the sandcastle into glass. fact that the two of you came to the same thing is weird. Hunker down for the night. Use an unseen servant scroll and order him to carry Gary west. Those are good options. What do we want to do? You do have a flame potion. You've got two. Got two of them. Use the flame potion to turn the sandcastle into glass. Interesting. Alright, let's see what this thing does. So, Gary has got 2 potions of fire breath. We're going to use one of them. Yeah. And what does a potion of fire breath do exactly? After drinking this potion, you can use a bonus action to exhale fire at a target within 30 feet of you. The target must make a DC 13 dexterity saving throw or take 4d6 fire damage on a failed save, half as much on a successful one. Okay. Gary, Seg says, "Come on then, let's get out of here." Gary says, "Wait a minute. I've got a plan. This sandcastle's not going to last long. Unless..." He pops the cork out. Glug, glug, glug. And a flame exhales from him. There's like a moment in this like desert darkness where we see Gary lit up. This, you know, yoga flame comes out of his mouth, igniting the sand for a moment. 4d6. 12. We see this huge amount of fire launch from Gary's lips. It engulfs the ship. The sand turns to glass. We've done it. Really, it should probably sound like this, shouldn't it? This beautiful monument stands now, the glass cooling. I mean, there's still parts of it that are kind of sand, but for the most part, this has worked. This is magical fire. The heat is ridiculous. It crystallizes the form immemorial. This glass ship sitting on a sand dune in memory of the HMS Message in a Bottle and the crew that brought them 60 miles in this direction. The Fortress of Solitude. Roll a dice. If you roll a natural 20, you'll be able to break a piece of this off and it will do something. We take the second roll. Not that 13, we take the next roll. Keep rolling. And hope it isn't Shadow's roll. Because he rolled a 1. A 14, not a natural 20. You could try and get a natural 20 with 9 gift subs. I knew what it was going to do as well. I knew exactly what this item was going to do if you broke a piece of this off in my head instantly. You can't say stuff like the Fortress of Solitude to me and not have me want to do something with it. The memorial exists. Thank you, Shadow. He's like, God damn it, I want more items. The memorial, a glass monument. This like wonderful ship that is now sitting, a huge sand castle of ship, suddenly flash cooked into glass, sits here amongst these sand dunes. Gary and Seg starting to get cold as the night kicks in. I guess we ask again, what does Gary do now? We can take these ones off. We can take some more options though. Go west, hunker down for the night, use an unseen servant scroll, and order him to carry Gary west, like a fucking pharaoh on a palanquin. You know. What would you like to do now? My friends. Wild shape into a horse. You do have your wild shapes, yeah. You can do that again. We figured out how far you can travel and I forgot it entirely, so I'll have to do that. I think I did it wrong actually, because you can only wild shape for an hour, right? 3 more and I might give you a chance. It might give you a chance. If you roll on that wheel thing and you get item, magical item, next roll 20. Yeah, we'll see. You'll get the item that is hidden within the Sandcastle Memorial. The glass castle. 11. They've done it. Okay. Let me spin the wheel, let's see what you get. It's not what you wanted, but we are going to stop everything and create a villain. It is time. Oh, this isn't the song I thought it was. Let's make a villain. Yes. Okay, the first thing that we're going to do is spin to determine the type of villain. I'll take some options in the chat room as well. Will it be that pseudo-dragon from the beginning that was scorned by Gary and he returns? What was his name? Barry. Barry the pseudo-dragon. The leader of the Hutchton matriarchy. We can make them now her, I assume, because it's a matriarchy. This will be the person who's trying to kill Gary, who is in the Hutchton matriarchy, who Gary is heading over there to try and stop them. Random. Gary's brother. No, he's the last gnome. Rindor's mum. It's pretty unoriginal. I think we can do better than that. Gary's evil brother. Rindor's mother. Unoriginal, unoriginal. Try again. Unoriginal, unoriginal. You have been branded as unoriginal. Please try again. Turn death into the villain. Rindor's grandmother, unoriginal. Try again. Captain Barbosa, no, I like that he's not. A sandworm, I think it's more fun that they're not. The Lord of the Desert. One of the gods that led to the Craven trials. I don't think we want to open that can of worms, do we? Seg. Pozu's a gnome. Baron Harkonnen. No, because we don't have to create them, because he just already exists. Emperor of the Hutchton matriarchy. I mean, it's literally on the... Look at the screen, Chicklet. It's on there. Sting. Alright. Leader of a mercenary group. No, we want a villain. We want a proper villain that shows up. Okay. I'm spinning it. Random. After all of that. Okay. This is how we do it. Random villain tables. We roll a d20. The villain started as, so I need to pull up the... bring up this. The villain creator. This is my notes for each session. The villain creator. The villain started as... And then we've got a roll here. I wonder actually if I can just do this. I think there was a point where... dice. It was a d20, wasn't it? Was it a d20? If it's a d20, you can do it. Yeah, start rolling. This is on you. The villain started as... Start rolling. We'll take the second roll. The choice will be down to you. Thank you, JJ. Good to see you, my friend. I was roasting JJ the other night on Orcish's stream. Not that one. We roll again. The second roll. There she is. She was almost the villain of the piece. Pumpkinberry. Keep rolling. Keep rolling. A 7. A street urchin. Oh, I love a street urchin villain. Because I am one. The villain started as a street urchin. Okay. The next one was... The villain turned how long ago? A D6. Three. In his middle years. So he's older? Okay. The villain turned how quickly? D4. Does the villain get minions? I don't know. I don't know anything about the villain yet. The villain is Tar. The villain is all of my characters. What was that? 1. Suddenly. Oh, that's exciting. What does that mean? The villain turned suddenly. The villain turned because D100. Here we go. This should be interesting. How we justify suddenly with why, or yeah, like why it was suddenly and because. So D100. 5. Jesus. He was betrayed by the nobility. It's all of my characters. They're doing it again. I hate that this fucking campaign is just... I mean, the story is Cura, and it kills me because I spent ages writing Cura, and then this fucking randomized bullshit campaign wrote the same story when we did this the first time. And now, a street urchin who hates the rich becomes a villain. It's all of my characters. Fuck's sake. He was betrayed by the nobility. God damn it. Okay. Got all of those options. The villain has... What is this? Features? Okay. Physical features. There's a D50. 1D50. 42. A face hidden in the shadows. It's all of Mordrill. Mordrill every time they've spoken to him, but you can't see what he looks like because I wanted the reveal. I'm getting pissed off. Guys. Now, because the thing is, no one's ever going to believe me that I ever actually made up a character or a world or a setting or anything ever again. I don't even know why I bother. In all honesty, I'm not doing it. The next campaign, I'm not even writing anything. The villain's current goal is up to you. Start rolling. ! Roll D20 in the chat. Revenge. Murder someone. Raise an army. Genocide. Destroy a village. Enslave a species. Become the king. Take over the empire. Raise a dead god. Become a deity. Become a lich. One up himself. Oof. That's a good reason to be a villain. 12. Next one. Keep rolling. Take the second roll because we've got to flush out the previous rolls. Keep rolling. A 5. Become wealthy. Just wants to become wealthy. I mean, it makes sense. The goal is simply to become wealthy. Interesting. Okay. The villain will oppose the party directly or indirectly. This determines a lot. 2. Indirectly. Was that? Okay. Oh, I don't know how to write him in. He's after the money. Gary did get a lot of money, didn't he? He is rich. The villain is and this is a D40. 8. Which would be a gnome. I'll fucking lose my mind. A fiend. Oh my god. I don't even understand how he's a fiend. Start rolling. D20. The villain leads through charisma, greed, eternity, profits, manipulation. The choice is yours. We take the second D20 roll. God. Next roll. Not that 10 from Octavian. The next one. Keep going. A 2 from Digital Dan. Charisma. Silver Tongue. These are all my characters. The villain's minions. Here you go. We got there, look, see? Don't be impatient, Kyrie. A D10. 3. A select few lieutenants. Oh, yes, dude. It's every Final Fantasy game where you have to fight all of the sub-bosses. Final Fantasy 4. A select few lieutenants. Despite being evil, his qualities include... This is a D20, so you can roll this one. How many lieutenants should we give him? 1d3 plus 1. 4. Great. The maximum amount. Not that 2. Oh, 12 from Digital Dan, the next one. Despite being evil, his qualities include, and this is the last piece. You know what this reminds me of? Remember in school where you would do that little thing that was a piece of paper that was folded and you would go... Despite being evil, his qualities include, he treats his minions with respect. He gardens. Or, love of nature and its inhabitants. He's evil Gary. Oh my god. He's also trying to bring back the rain. Kingmakers. Oh, don't... You can sit there and laugh, PV, like this game didn't also completely fucking make Kingmakers. Look at the map. The rain stopped falling. Have you ever seen the intro? Oh, I can't even play it because it doesn't work for some reason today. Okay. So what have we got here? A villain who started as a street urchin. What is a fiend? Because how do we do this? A fiend is an evil outsider from one of the fiendish planes, the lower planes. Not just evil, but born of evil. Primal malevolence, one of the roots of their nature. Can you become a fiend, though? Demon, Yugolos, devils, demodans, archfiends, half-fiends. Mizora, it became a fiend. How do you become a fiend in D&D? In Descent into Avernus, an NPC can be met as a human. If he dies, will show up again in Avernus as an Aminuzu. Aminizu. You make a pact. You sell your soul. I mean, that's what he did, right? Okay. So the villain started as a street urchin, but it has to be in the Hutchton matriarchy, right? Oh, he needs a name. Villain name generator. It kills me to do this, but... this is how we've done everything else in the game so far. Evil character name generator. Evil names. Neutral names. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm not having Fark be an option. D10. Four. Where is it? Saber Howler. Saber. One name. He's a villain. Saber was born on the dirty, grimy, smog-filled back streets of the Hutchton matriarchy. Saber knew only pain, poverty, and sickness as a child. I'm gonna roll a gender die here. And yes, there are only 3 genders because it's easier. They lost their parents at a young age to sickness. Being told by all that knew medicine that the potions required to save their parents were very rare. The ingredients only available from nature, from the last forest. Such ingredients would cost a person a huge amount of gold. Do you see how I am setting up the story? Can you see him connecting the dots? Subscribe. Saber grew older. Her life continued to be plagued with sickness and poverty. Thank you so much, Anonymous. Taking what small jobs they could and barely making their way. In a chance encounter with (1d10) 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Edward Mayer. A noble. D19. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Collector. In a chance encounter with a noble collector, Edward Mayer. Mayer. Spelt like that. Gregory Peck. Lee Remick. In a chance encounter with noble collector Edward Mayer, Saber was given a prestigious opportunity. An upcoming... God, what are they called? You know when you show off all of your collection to the public and people come and... What are those things called? When you show your collection off to the public. What was it? God. What's the word I'm looking for? An exhibition? No. But yes. Like an art exhibition, you know? Yeah, fuck it, we'll call it an exhibition. An upcoming exhibition of Edward's most prized and valuable rarities was to take place. Edward hired Saber to take part in the exhibition and present some of the artifacts with an E. Present some of the artifacts to the public. Saber gladly accepted. Not only was the pay on offer an amount they had never seen before, but it's funny because in my head Saber is just Saber from fucking Unlimited Blade Works, whatever that's called, Fate. Saber gladly accepted not only was the pay on offer an amount they'd never seen before, but it was a chance to shake hands with the nobility of the city. At the exhibition, Saber was betrayed. Right? Some of the items on display were magical, ancient relics. One such relic was a dark object designed as part of a dark ritual that would summon a great fiend. While presenting the item, Saber realized too late that they were being used as an offering. The relic activated. Transforming Saber into something else. Something monstrous. As Saber's skin transformed. No, use that word. As Saber's skin burned, it turned to smoke. As Saber's mind was invaded by the presence of a greater fiend. Now, D&D, who are like smoke, and he's got like smoke shadow. D&D smoke or shadow fiends, archfiends, I guess. Do we have any who's like a bastard of I don't really know D&D lore well enough. Belka? What the fuck is a Belka? Oh yeah. Type of elemental creature of smoke. Demon names. 1. Boggith. Boggith. The archfiend of smoke, shadows, and dust. Boggith offered great power to Saber in exchange for servitude. Saber accepted. Transforming into a fiend of smoke and shadow. Saber's personality changed along with their physical form. Now driven entirely by a malicious need. Become wealthy, avenge their parents by returning the world to nature, and kill Gary. Yes. Okay. D&D Fiend list. God, there's fucking loads of them. Fiend monster table. D&D table of monsters. Yeah, I need that. I thought it was indirectly oppose Gary. He does indirectly oppose Gary. He still wants to kill Gary and steal his money. Okay. There are so... I don't know how to... pick one of these at random. I don't know how many things are on here. I guess we have to count them one by one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51. Actually, let me just do a quick check here. D&D themes that are smoke based. Are shadow based. Shadow demons. He needs 4 lieutenants. What are shadow and smoke and dust based fiends? There's like Mephits, right? Shadow the Wreck God is one of them. Lieutenants. Shadow the Wreck God. One, 2, 3. 185. There's also Molmoth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ineg. 6, 7, 8. And Korzath. Now Shadow the Wreck God. Obnixilis. What is that? Just a normal demon. Alright, fuck, I should have just stuck with what I was doing. Fuck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50. 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92. Shadow the Red God is number 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Aminuzo. Oh, it's this again. Okay. Now. What level is Gary? Level 4. Shadow the Rat God is an Amnesu. Molmoth is 19. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Bulzao. Bulazao are one of these little fucking goat head motherfuckers. Merlin. He returns to us. Ineg is 25. That was 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. I don't even know what that says. Kroketoek. Ineg is a Kroketoek. And then Korzeth, the final lieutenant, is 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. An Abyssal Chicken. It was so close. An Abyssal Wretch. For 2 subs, I'll change it to an Abyssal Chicken. Abyssal Wretch. Chicken. It is done. An Abyssal Chicken. A testicle. Okay. Seek medical help. If your testicle looks like that, please. Okay. Let me just quickly... We have created a villain. You do get a wheel spin here, so let's do that before I forget. You get an item. Have you left the sand castle? No, we haven't. Gary breaks a piece off. A little crystal. A little sand crystal. Sand crystal added. Bio item. Sand crystal. What does it do? Alright, let's have a look at some of these themes. We managed to, let's see how this sounds. Already good. The theme of Saber. It's already good. I'm already so into it, I'm keeping it. It's done. They did it in one. Does it have an ending? Can you provide us with an ending? Oh my god, it does. It has a fucking ending. Are you kidding me? It has an ending? They never have an ending. Gary and Seg are relaxing, preparing to head west. When Gary, the hairs along Gary's 6 arms stand on end, the sand around him starts to tremble and move as if something is coming this way. Gary looks at Seg, Seg looks at Gary, and a section of the sand begins to fall in on itself. A sort of a hole beginning to appear. From this hole, smoke and wisps of mist appear. This is how you test music? No, we're just back into the game right now. The game's continuing. We did the thing that I said I would do. We created a random villain. And now that villain is on their way. Rising from this smoke is an individual. A vaguely humanoid creature that seems to just be made entirely of smoke and mist rises upwards and appears before Gary and Seg. Gary pulls his staff up, Seg pulls out his blade, and... Well, do you know what? I think at this point I'll ask... What does Gary do? Go west. Say hello. Hides in the sand itself. Scream. Moonbeam it. Button press. What else you got? Ploymorph, because that's what it says, and we know the rules. Big bad. Propose a dance off. Thunderwave. Say nothing. Activate monologue. Is that it? Oh wait, hang on, there is more. Challenge to a rock off. Lick the sand crystal. Lick the sand crystal. Like an icicle. Alright, I'll give you 10 options on this one. The choice is yours. Say nothing, activate monologue. Okay. Probably should have written a monologue instead of generating some artwork. This individual rises up from the sand. It is nighttime. Seg and Gary stand quietly before this smoke that takes a kind of vaguely humanoid form. You get the sense of wings, you get the sense of 2 arms, 2 legs, and you get the sense of 2 eyes that are really just areas of smoke that are missing. There are 2 horns that wisp and shift in shape and size on the top of this being as it appears in front of you. This creature stares for a moment intently at Gary, with not a single thing, not even aware, I don't think, of Seg. Gary stares back at it, and the creature speaks and says,
The one who wishes to bring the rain. I will bring the rain. I will return this world to what it once was. It will not be you. I have worked in silence, in the shadows, for too long to have you squander it, to have you take my moment away from me. I know not why you travel across this desert. I know not why you wish to return this world to what it was, but I will have you end your folly now, or you will die before the might of Saber.
what does Gary do now? The choice is yours. Go west. Master Ball Saber. Offer a cold. Fuck me, I can spell. Cold, frosty, iron bro. Who the fuck are you? Peace out. Fireball. Thank you, Anonymous. Ask if they would like to join us. Oh, you think darkness is your ally? You merely adopted the dark. I was born in it, molded by it. I didn't see the light until I was already a gnome. By then it was nothing to me but blinding. The way he screams blinding is always going to be mental to me. Spin the wheel, huh, Kimagi? That's what you'd rather do? Okay. You're going to offer him a nice frosty iron bro. Yeah? Standing before this smoke of an individual, Gary with his 6 arms, 2 gripping the staff, pulls from his pocket an iron bro and says, "Right, let's all just calm down. Okay, I don't know who you are. You seem to know who I am. It seems that we've got, interests that are aligned. Perhaps I could offer you a nice cold iron brew." One of his hands offers it out. Small form of this gnome offering forward a cold drink. Roll me a persuasion check. For Gary, this is a +0 to his it's +0 to his charisma. Exclamation point, roll d20 in the chat room. We take the second roll. And while we do that, I'm going to spin the wheel. You earned it. Thank you very much. You get an item. So not that 12, the next roll. A 4. Keep rolling for the item. We'll just take the next roll. It's a 4 on your persuasion check. And a 15 on your item. Oh, that's the wrong one. Hold on. Wrapped around Gary's foot, a breeze picks up and something moves across the desert. Some fabric catches around one of Gary's legs while he's trying to offer this drink. It's an embarrassing sight. The spell wind kind of kicking up this bizarre red fabric that moves across the desert and kind of catches around his leg embarrassingly. He reaches down and picks it up. It's a ball gown. You have a ball gown. A red silk ball gown. Gary stuffs it into his bag, his little satchel of holding. Because of that, however, the creature in front of him does not seem to be amused by the offering. The creature says,
When I am finished with you, you will wish you were better. For you will never defeat a creature born exclusively of will, of vengeance, a creature that never gives up. Let us see how you fare against a god.
the form shifts and twists. And another figure stands before you. Shadow the Wreck God. Desert combat. Get rid of all of that. And get rid of the ship. You can get rid of all of this. We can bring in Gary. And we need to bring in a creature known as a fucking Amnesu. I'm guessing this thing is going to be so much more powerful than you could ever imagine. Its challenge rating of 18. Alright. Shadow. I can't fucking see my own keyboard. The Wreck God. Create an NPC. This is a medium fiend. With an AC of 15. HP of 39. A speed of 30 feet with a flying speed of 30 feet. With a strength of 12. A dex of 14. A con of 14. An int of 16. A whiz of 12. Charisma of 15. There's a +5 to its intelligence saving throws. +3 to its wisdom. And a +4 to its charisma. It has resistances against cold, bludgeoning, piercing, slashing from non-magical. It is immune to fire and poison. It is condition immune to poisoned. It has dark vision. It's fucking telepathic. It's a CR2. It has spell casting. Charisma based spell casting. But it has innate spell casting. Okay. It has minor illusion, thaumaturgy, command, shield, has multi-attack. Two attacks with a Scourge and a Disorienting Ray. Scourge. There's a +3 to hit. Reach of 5 foot. And do 1d8 plus 2 slashing damage. The Disorienting Ray. There's a +4 to hit. With a range of 60 feet. That does 3d6 fucking psychic damage. Target must succeed on a DC 12 intelligence saving throw or be stunned until the end of its next turn. It also has reactions. You want to know what they are? Oh, you'll find out, alright. Shadow. The Wreck God. All right. Time for you to roll initiative. Gary has a +1 to his initiative. Seg is also in the fight. Rolled a 13. Let's see what Shadow the Ret God rolls. A 19. That an 11. Gary goes on an initiative of 12. Last. As this creature known as Saber shifts and transforms, what's left behind is this green, horrific, gruesome humanoid creature with a short, squat body and stubby limbs. If you've ever wondered what Shadow the Ret God looks like in real life. About 4.5 feet tall, 200 pounds. This horrible creature sprouting these leathery wings with these sort of black leathery wings with this silver trim to them. A bald head, disproportionately large, elongated compared to the rest of its body. Giant eyes, a pug nose, a mouthful of jagged teeth. This thing, this globulous, bulbous thing, looks at you with a twisted grin that comes all the way up to the sides of its forehead.
I am Shadow the Ret God. You will die.
The first thing it's going to do is launch a disorienting ray at you. Actually, you know what? It flies forward, suddenly moving with great speed. It appears between both Gary and Seg. As it flies forward, the bulbous, twisted face distorts and a wave of energy launches towards Gary. Gary needs to make an intelligence saving throw. So you can start rolling. We take the second roll. He has a +4 to his intelligence for this roll. I'd like to remind everybody you can spin the wheel for a Deus Ex Machina. So we're not taking that 10, it will be the next roll. You have to beat a 12. You have a +4 to this. Keep rolling. Gnome Cunning gives advantage on intelligence save. Is that true? Where's Gnome Cunning? You have advantage on all intelligence, wisdom, and charisma saving throws against magic. Is this magic? I guess it is. A 12. It's enough. You've already made it, so you're fine. You can keep rolling if you want, but you still take the damage, but you are not stunned. Oh, no. I've completely misread this. He needs... It isn't just a saving throw. It's an attack roll, which was an 11. So it just doesn't matter. Completely irrelevant. The whole thing. I thought it was just the attack, but it wasn't, because I had to spam this creature together. Okay. A sort of bizarre wave of arcane energy, almost like a microwave, distorts the air. Gary, kind of moving to one side naturally, feels this energy pass him by. A moment later, the creature is standing there next to Seg. He's going to attempt to attack Seg with his Scourge on a natural 1. Roll me a d20, chat. The creature has critically failed on a melee attack roll. Not that 6. Next one. Keep rolling. You know what time it is. A 14. Your enemy grabs your weapon and they can make an attack with it as a reaction. Well, this isn't really a weapon. He's just slashing at you, I guess. With his hands. What has he got? Disgusting long hands. So, nothing happens. It is now Seg's turn. The creature standing in between Seg and Gary. The stench he smells of urine and feces. As soon as he gets closer, just a waft of awful stench. Seg. I guess Seg will attack with his longsword here. A 16 against this creature's AC is a hit. Seg is going to deal 7 slashing damage as he sort of narrowly avoids this creature's hand launching outwards. Seg pulls his own blade out and runs it across this creature. Cutting this creature that lets out another wave of that stench. It has kind of a bizarre bubbling green blood that runs down its shoulder, but the smell is overwhelming. It's awful. Seg has an action surge. Would you like to use the action surge? You can do an additional attack. He also has advantage on his attacks at the moment because he's got pack tactics. I'll just let you write yes or no in the chat. Voice is yours. We'll see. Yes, 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 yes. Okay. Action surge burned. Another attack. Natural 20. Two cuts. He deals an additional 12 damage to the creature, cutting its shoulder, and then as the creature kind of moves in one direction, he realizes that Seg is behind him. As the creature turns, Shadow the Ret God looking at Seg, another wound opens across the creature's chest. Seg. Okay. It is now Gary's turn. The choice will be yours. What does Gary do? So we have the options here for you. Physical attack with the staff. Cast a spell. Wild shape, that's transform into an animal. Heal. Run. Hide. Dodge. Use an item. Get creative. Do each of our arms get an opportunity attack? No. Cast a spell, wild shape. Spell or wild shape? Which? Which one? Cast a spell. Okay. Gary's spells are Horn Whip, the creature. Infestation is summon a bunch of bugs on the creature. Thunder Wave might hit Seg. Fairy Fire lights the creature up for advantage on attacks. Ice Knife. You are at close range. Moonbeam, which is a particle cannon of divine energy, I think. Divine energy or fire? Radiant damage. Moonbeam. Okay. Did forget something that happens to Seg. Seg needs to make me a wisdom saving throw. A 16 is a make, I think. Yep. Okay. Moonbeam from Gary. Moonbeam. A silvery beam of pale light shines down in a 5-foot radius, 40-foot high cylinder centered on a point within range. Until the spell ends, dim light fills the center. When a creature enters the spell for the first time or starts their turn there, it's engulfed in ghostly flames that cause searing pain. It must make a constitution saving throw. It takes 2d10 radiant damage on a failed save, or half as much on a... Okay, so that is going to be right now. Gary's not going to want to move. Gary doesn't have any bonus actions, I don't think, that makes sense to use right now. So, the beginning of the creature's turn. Constitution saving throw. This creature has to beat Gary's spell save DC of 12. Constitution saving throw coming in. A 5 is a fail. So this creature will take 2d10 radiant damage. 12 damage. This thing is messed up immediately. Failed save. A shape changer makes a saving throw. Blah 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 blah. Okay. The creature's turn. It is going to I think it's going to repeat its attacks. A disorienting ray towards Gary. A 7. A devastating miss from Shadow the Ret God. And then a scourge towards Seg. On an 11, he misses. Seg. It is Seg's turn. Seg must attack with advantage. A natural 20 again. The damage 16. Seg. You just see him moving around this creature. At the end of it, he comes to stop still. A line of blue left behind him. As the fade of the blue leaves, the creature, this bulbous green thing, explodes into gore and stench. Nothing but gore everywhere. You guys, a thing comes up at the top. Fatality. Perfect. You obliterated Shadow. The creature, Shadow the Ret God, says,
Now, you may have defeated me, but you will never defeat the other lieutenants. There are 3 far more powerful creatures coming to get you, Gary. And even if you manage to kill them, you will never defeat Saber.
absolutely destroyed this creature. A thing comes up at the top of the screen. 1 of 4 lieutenants defeated. Gary turns to Seg and says, "What the fuck was all that?" Seg says, "I don't know. Saber, and he wants to be the one that brings nature back. What's his problem with you anyway?" "I don't know. I even gave him a chance to have an iron brew. I mean, if we're working towards the same thing, why does he want to kill me? I don't understand. And why did that thing smell like piss and shit?" It did smell like piss and shit, didn't it? 1 of 4 lieutenants defeated. Shadow the Ret God is sent back to whatever plane he came from. And a villain has been created today in the form of Saber and the 4 lieutenants. Molmoth, Ineg, and Korzath await Gary. Okay. What does Gary do now? Go west. Worry. Loot. There is nothing to loot off of the corpse. It just exploded into gore. You want to fill a cup up with... Fill a vial with the putrid flesh of Shadow, the wreck god. Short rest, long rest. Investigate. Sand crystal. Thank you for the subs, Anonymous. Spin the wheel. Check on Sting. Sting's fine. Sting, there's no. Sting has like 1 HP. He's just on Gary. Wild shape into a horse and carry Seg west. Alright, that'll do. Fill a vial with the putrid flesh of Shadow the Rat God and investigate the crystal. We can do them both, I think. I think we can do them both. Start rolling for your investigation check. You have +2 to your investigation check. We take the second roll. Gary takes out an empty vial from his pocket and... Oh, that stinks. Fills the vial with some of the putrid flesh of Shadow the Wreck God. A vial of a vile flesh. The flesh of Shadow the Wreck God. So we're not taking that 19, we take the next roll. Keep going. Keep going. 4 more subs and we get a wheel spin. A 10 +2 is a 12, which is a fail. You take a look at this crystal. Gary, over the course of the evening, looking at this thing, trying to figure out maybe what it does. It does seem to have a magical property to it. Something about creating a memorial, transforming the sand into glass, and presenting this crystal to the Spellwind, to nature, has done something with this crystal, but Gary can't determine what it does, but he does determine that it is magical in nature. He certainly determines what it... He doesn't determine what it is, but he determines that it is magical in nature. What does Gary do now? We can take off this and this. We can add some others. We can reset that goal as well. We'll spin the wheel when we come back. I've given you all the information you have. On a 12. Like the ball gown. Give you those options. That's what you've got. Check the ball gown and then wild shape into a horse and carry Seg west. Okay, another investigation check then, please. +2 to this check. Start rolling. We take the second roll, flush out the previous ones. Got a lot done today. Got some good music out of this. We've got a villain that has appeared. We've obliterated an enemy. Got a few items. +2 to this investigation check on this ball gown. Next roll. Oh, and we've got a wheel spin. An 11, a 13. This is just a normal ball gown. It is the Resident Evil dress. That's what it is. It's the Resident Evil dress. Let's spin the wheel. A merchant appears. While Gary and Seg are sitting, let's see if merchant generator here. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Eight. And a D6. 1. Okay. While you're sitting, Seg and Gary, in this desert, there's the sound of a camel Gary and Seg stand up, hands to weapons. The camel moves across one of the dunes, and you recognize it's pulling a tiny little cart behind it. The cart is almost a sled, really, more than anything. This kind of bizarre sled with a box on the back of it, a huge box that is covered over. On top of the camel, covered in sort of cream wraps with some red parts and inlays, is a sort of tall and very thin looking human. Nothing but his eyes appear through the wraps as he looks over and says, "Oh, bloody hell! Certainly wasn't expecting to see you out here. What are you doing out here? Are you bloody lost?" Gary says, "No, we're not lost. Well, we're kinda lost, but we kinda know where we are as well. What are you doing out here? There's nothing here. Nothing for miles around." The man says, "Well, there might be things for miles around. You haven't left in a bloody long time, and the entire place is procedurally generated. For all you know, 1 mile that way is a D20 rolled randomized village." Gary says, "That's right. You're right. That's true. How could I know? I've never been here before." The man says, "I'm a trader of sorts. Would you be interested in purchasing some of my wares?" I potentially would. What have you got?" The chap jumps off the back of his camel and presents his wares. This guy has got... Here we go. "Would you like to purchase some +1 armor padded?" How much is that? Doesn't say. Great. Oh, let me open the fucking Dungeon Master's Guide. Gonna be quicker, innit? No, it is not. Why doesn't it give you prices for this stuff? It's based on the rarity, isn't it? I remember. Ah, classic. What page of the DMG is the pricing? What page of the DMG is the pricing? 135. Okay. This is rare. This is like 500 gold pieces. Gary currently has leather armor. Hi Beers, I'm taking a shit. Okay. Thanks for letting us know. +1 quarterstaff. $500 gold pieces. Armor of resistance to thunder. Splint armor. That's 500 gold pieces. A cap of water breathing. That is 100 gold pieces. Dust of sneezing and choking. 100 gold pieces. Plate armor of etherealness. That is 50,000 gold pieces. A potion of animal friendship. That is 100 gold pieces. A potion of diminution, which is 250 gold pieces. Spell scroll for alarm, which is 50 gold pieces. A spell scroll for fog cloud, which is 50 gold pieces. And a spell wrought tattoo of identify, which is 50 gold pieces. I don't know what that is. Spell wrought tattoo. Oh, these are those like magic tattoos that give you something. Produced by special needle, this magic tattoo contains a single spell of up to 5th level, which is identify, wrought on your skin by a magic needle. To use the tattoo, you must hold the needle against your skin and speak the command word. The needle turns ink into what becomes a tattoo, which appears on the skin in whatever design you like. Once the tattoo is there, you can cast its spell requiring no material components. The tattoo glows faintly while you cast the spell, and for the spell's duration, once the spell ends, the tattoo vanishes from your skin. So you get a one pop spell. Is that how that works? That's pretty great. So let's have a look at what Gary's got. Money-wise, he's got 740 gold pieces. Does it not say that on the sheet? You've got gold coins and gold dust. You've got 740 gold, not 420. The sheet is incorrect. I must have print screened the wrong part. All I do is print screen it and splice it. 720 gold is what you have. Okay. You can purchase these items if you would like. Is spell wrought tattoo single use? A single spell. Can we get 2 tattoos? I don't know. I guess so. This guy's got a tattoo pen, one of those modern ones that's not the gun. It's like one of those new tattoo pens that are like a big fucking thing. Okay, you're gonna buy one of these tattoos. That is 50 gold pieces. Okay, you can vote again if you want to buy something else. Knocking 50 gold off of Gary's sheet right now. So you're down to 690. I didn't update it. You're down to 690. Also, this guy starts tattooing Gary. Random tattoo generator. He gets this tattoo. I don't know what that even is. Just a weird pattern. On one of his 6 biceps. There's just a shot of Gary laying in a modern day tattoo office with like a tattoo parlor with like the guy who was selling him this doing the tattoo that fades in. Seg's just sitting in the background asleep. Okay, you're buying the dust of sneezing and choking. Okay. So you're down to 590. This man is not interested in buying the dress. I'm not interested in your dress, only money. And then the quarterstaff, but only 6 of you, so hang on, let me just see here. Because I didn't give you the option to buy nothing. Dust of sneezing and choking. The powder resembles very fine sand. When you use an action to throw a handful of the dust into the air, you and each creature that needs to breathe within 30 feet of you must succeed on a DC 15 con saving throw or be unable to breathe while sneezing uncontrollably. A creature affected in this way is incapacitated and suffocating. As long as it is conscious, a creature can repeat the saving throw at the end of each of its turns, ending the effect on a success. Okay. Pocket sand. Right, we're buying the quarterstaff as well. Now Gary has a +1 quarter starf. A +1 quarterstaff added. Yeah. +1 quarterstaff, and you're down to 90 gold right after that. Am I crazy? Yeah. Does he wield 2 of them or only 1? Well, you've only got 1 of them. What do you mean? The other quarterstaff? No, there's no. You have a stick, and you have a +1 quarterstaff. He can't wield 2. No. You can use Dex for a quarterstaff, though, right? What type of weapon is this? Oh, maybe not. It's versatile, so you can use it in 2 hands. Ask the merchant for a 10 gold discount on 2 more tats. Two times spell rot tattoo special offer. I will give you one. What was his voice? I will give you. His voice keeps changing. I'll give you one special discount. 2 more tattoos at the low price of 90 gold. You spent a lot of money. He says, I tell you what, spin that wheel again and I'll give you 3. He smiles, his mouth full of gold. Not his teeth, his mouth is full of gold. It's where he stores some of it. Starts tattooing you again. So now you have 3 spell wrought tattoos. Let's pull up the random tattoo generator again. You get a whale and whatever the fuck that mess is. So you've now got 3 tattoos of identify. A snake. 3 tattoos of identify. If you give me 3 more subs, that becomes 4. You got 30 seconds. Before the merchant leaves. The merchant's packing up his stuff. The merchant's packing up his stuff. There's one. Gabe, thank you very much. Riviera, thank you very much. Shadow the Wreck God. Oh, it's restarted. You got 30 more seconds. It's restarted. Oh, it stopped. Alright, I'll give you 30 seconds. Oh, you did it. Okay, great, you did it. Congratulations. Then you put 2 towards a new wheel spin. You also get a wheel spin. 8 more subs and you can spin the wheel 1 more time. It counts as 2. I was too late. Alright, you get another tattoo of identifier. It looks like that. What is that, like a sugar skull or whatever they're called? So you've got 4 tattoos of identifier. That's 6, 7, 8. So 2 more, and we'll do 2 more wheel spins. Here's one. Let's see what you get on this wheel spin. Spin for Seg. A spin for Seg right now. Seg gets a magical item. Okay, roll me a d20, chat. Oh, no. Yeah, roll me a d20. You take the second roll. Seg gets a magic item. But what will it be? We'll take the second roll. Keep going. So a 20 from Riv. Holy shit, I think he can fly. 1, 2, 3. Oh my god. Oh my. What the fuck? Seg just got the fucking wings of flying. While wearing this cloak, you can use an action to speak its command word. This cloak turns into a pair of bat wings or bird wings for 1 hour until you repeat the command word as an action. The wings give you a flying speed of 60 feet. When they disappear, you can't use them again for 12 hours. Fuck off. Are you kidding me? Did you get another wheel spin? Did I miss it? Are you fucking kidding me? No, 1 more sub. 1 more sub and we'll spin the wheel 1 more time and then we're ending the session. 1 more sub and we'll spin the wheel 1 more time. You got 30 seconds. You got 30 seconds. Thank you very much, Bubu. My love. Bubu, Gabe, Shadow, Riv, Hugh Margie. Thank you very much for those resubs. Let's... Oh. Riv again. Spin the wheel. What do you win? Resistance to something. I'll let you have this next week. I'll let you have this next week. Today you were resistant to something. I'm just gonna make a note. Make a little note here. Start with resistance. Are you, as well, so that we don't forget, are you using one of those identifiers on the sand crystal? You can type yes or no in the chat. Okay. But you can find out what it is next week. Because this is the end of today's session of The Legend of Gary. Thank you so much for playing. Thank you so much for gifting subs. You actually got some good fucking items out of that today. The wings of flying are insane. I will add the stats to Seg in a little bit. Good sesh, man. There was a lot. We didn't even move. Gary didn't move yet. Stood right there and all that stuff happened. Really fun. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, come back next week with a handful of change and give me some of it, because I need money to run these sessions. And if you didn't enjoy it, well, fair enough. I'm not going to tell you what you can and can't enjoy. Appreciate you all watching the stream. Remember, if you like D&D and if you find this interesting, you can tune into Table Story. Table Story is a big collaborative channel with lots of streamers on it, and we play D&D games and TTRPG games such as Pathfinder throughout the week. Mondays you can watch a Pathfinder game. Tuesdays there's a D&D game called Cura run by me. And also this weekend, next Saturday, it will be this if it plays. Let's see. Didn't play. God damn it. Here's a campaign that we've been playing off stream for many years in secret. There are between 10 and 20 players in this campaign at any given time, many of which are famed streamers on Twitch that you know and love. And we're going to play 3 sessions of this campaign live on Table Story. To catch you up, here's some of the stories so far. You don't actually need to know anything, this show is going to be very dumb. Ever Earth. A vast world made up of 7 kingdoms. I won't bore you with every little detail, you've seen a D&D show before. Orcs, sea monsters, swords, shields, magic, you name it. If you've heard of it, and maybe if you've imagined it, you'll find it here somewhere. The characters in this campaign were brought together as members of a huge unaffiliated guild that exists all over Ever-Earth, known as the Jax Guild. Members of the guild are multi-skilled agents who are hired to take on a variety of jobs, from combat-based epic adventures, investigations of all sorts, and even helping old grandpas sweep their porches. The group we are following are already established Jax Guild members who have completed a variety of quests, earning renown, gold, and treasures along the way. They have laughed, cheered, and cried. They have won, lost, and died so far on their journey. The party met in Stone Town at the centre of the Kingdom of Vale. After taking on all manner of quests from the guildmaster here, Esmeralda, a hero from tales past, the party have fought and saved the town from the dead king, they've uncovered a sinister dragon cult, they've travelled underground to face off against ancient drow houses, returned the long-lost memories of legendary hero Beowulf, survived the Feywilds, conquered a subterranean kobold tower, and even helped old Millicent deliver her letter. So join us for a sneak peek into our secret campaign that we call Oracle's Rest. Yes, it's next Saturday, and you know it is, you bastard Orcish. Tune in for that on Saturday. That is going to be 3 sessions of Oracle's Rest. It is a little bit of a thank you from me to you guys for when you guys supported me at the beginning of the year. I said that I would run an Oracle's Rest live as a sort of an incentive. Originally I was going to do it on this channel, but I just decided to make it a bit more of a thing, and I'll do it on Table Story. So tune in on Saturday next week. Is there anything going on this Saturday? I don't think so. No. This will be the 10th, 17th, and the 24th of August. You can watch 3 sessions of Oracle's Rest. I've got a little thing set up for them to do for 3 weeks, so you can tune in for that then. Thanks again, everyone. We'll be carrying on with the Twitch Plays game next Sunday if you want to tune in for that. Lots of D&D this week. If you're into D&D, I'll see you basically every single fucking day. I'm going to be exhausted. Have a wonderful rest of your day. I'll probably play some PUBG later on with Orcish. He said he's going to play games with us today, and I'm really looking forward to spending time with my friend Orcish live on his channel. See you later on. Thanks for watching, everyone. Have a good day. Bye.